Hello students. In this video we are going to learn how to save all these reports. Okay, we have to save all these reports: a day book, a trial balance, a P&L statement or the P&L account, a balance sheet, a stock summary and a ratio analysis. So, in the previous videos, we have completed this entire question of Zomato Limited. It was the opening balance sheet. We recorded all these inventory and debtors and creditor items. We passed these 15 adjustment entries, and now we have a new balance sheet at the end of the year 31st March 2023. We have the P&L for the current year. We have the stock summary, we have the ratio analysis, the trial balance, and the day book. Now, in the practical, we are generally required to save all these files in a folder named with university roll number. So in this video we are going to learn how to export these files to our desired location. For that, we go to the question, and so this is the company that I have created, Zomato Limited. For this, I'll be going to first of all my balance sheet. How do I do that? From the home screen, once I'm done solving my entire question, I go to balance sheet, and in balance sheet I press F5 detailed. So this is called as a horizontal detailed view of the balance sheet. Kindly note that the balance sheet is telling 54 lakh 70,250. This balance sheet is exactly telling tally, and so this is a correct balance sheet. If you have not solved the question correctly, then on the debit or the credit side there will be an item called difference in the opening balances. Okay, so that we will have to change. Now, in the period we are going to change the period from 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. Okay, enter. So this is my balance sheet as at 31st March 2023. Okay. This balance sheet I will be exporting on my desktop folder. All right. How to export this? On the top corner, there is an export item. I select on export. In export, I select current. In current, this dialog box opens. Okay. Now, under the file format, a Excel file format is shown up. Okay, so I'll go to configure. I go to configure, and my list of configurations is shown up over here. I'll go and I'll check my file format. Okay, by default the file format is set to XML. Okay, this is how it is by default shown. I need to change it to PDF. I will go and I'll select it, and I will select PDF. Okay, PDF. After that, it will ask me, do you want list of digital signature certificates? Not applicable. So the file format is being changed to PDF. Then, where do I want to export it? To my local drive. What is the folder path? In the folder path, I'm going to select. Okay. I'm going to select from my drive. In select from my drive, I'll select desktop. In desktop, I have created a folder called 123456. This is the folder where I want to save my files. Okay, so this folder path I have specified. If I want to change the name, I can change the name also. If I'm satisfied with the changes, I accept it. Once I have accepted, I'll confirm that the file is going to be a PDF file. The file will be saved on desktop in the folder 123456, and then I press send. Okay, so this is the balance sheet that is being recorded. Zomato Limited, my company, 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. These are the liabilities and these are the assets. Okay. To confirm, I go to the desktop folder. I go to the desktop folder, and then I will confirm that in the desktop also, in the on my desktop, I'll need to check that on the desktop folder. I will be checking that I have a folder called 123456. Okay. So there I need to ensure that the file is being saved. 123456 is my folder, and I can see that my balance sheet is saved over here. All right. Now, apart from the balance sheet, I need to save my statement of P&L. This is the second most important thing. So I go to my balance, go after closing this, I go to my P&L account. In P&L, I again press F5, detailed. So this is my P&L account. Let's see the P&L. These are my stock items, opening stock. These are my purchases. This is my sales. This is my closing stock. These are my indirect expenses, depreciation, discount, electricity bill, rent, salary, telephone bill, indirect income, bad debt recovered, discount received, income from investment, and I have a net profit of 9,810. Okay. Same thing I do over here. I go to export, current. Current may I'll again, over here my file format is set to PDF, and the location I'll have to configure. So I configure and I select on this folder path. Folder path I will select from drive. I'll choose desktop. Under desktop, I'll choose the folder that I want to save, 123456. Once I'm done, I click on it and it is saved. P&L PDF. Accept. Send. So this is the P&L that is being saved. Okay. Zomato Limited P&L account. Over here, I need to again check the date. If the period is not correctly specified, you go and define the period also. The period is going to be 1st April to 31st March 2022, 2023. Okay. So then you change it 1st April to 31st March 2023, and then you go and export and save it. Okay. This is how your P&L is going to look like. Please ensure this is correctly defined, 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. This is how your P&L will show. Your net profit is 9,810. Okay. And then you save it again. This also you need to save it on the desktop. Okay. So can you see under the folder 123456, your P&L is also saved. Then moving to the next item, you have a trial balance. For the trial balance, what do? We go to the home screen and I can see P&L and balance sheet are on the home screen gateway of Tele itself. But if I want to save my trial balance, then I press on display more reports and trial balance. Okay. In the display more report, over here again, I need to change the view from ledger wise. I'll select detailed F5. So this is my ledger. I again specify the period. The period is from 1st April to 31st March 2023. Okay. Accept. So this is my trial balance. I go export, current, PDF. I need to configure the location. In the please check if it is in Excel format, you need to change this also. This has to be in PDF format. And in the location, I configure the location, select from drive, desktop, 123456, accept, send. This is how my trial balance is looking like. Okay. This is the trial balance. These are the debit balances. These are the credit balances from 1st April to 31st March. Okay. Now, by far, I have saved trial balance. I have saved statement of P&L and balance sheet. There is another item called a day book. What is a day book? It basically record all the transactions that we have done by far. Okay. So for a day book, what do? We go to the home screen, gateway of Tele, and under transaction you can see there is a day book. Okay. Day book. All right. So the day book is going to basically record all the transactions you have made by far. Under this, what we specify the period again. So the period will be from 1st April sorry, 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. Okay, and these are the entire day book transactions that we have. While passing the voucher entries, these should be 30. We When we are correctly defining the vouchers, these voucher entries should be passed on 31st of March. Okay, so please ensure that these voucher dates are correctly defined while creating a voucher. Okay, now over here, um, this should be 31st March. And how do you edit it? Let's say you click on it, and in the date you edit the date over here. Instead of this, the date should be 31st March 2023. Okay, if you have not defined the date initially, you can define it at later stage also. Now you see the depreciation is correctly defined at the correct date, 31st March. Okay, for all these payments, it has to be 31st March 2023. Okay, so while you are making the voucher payments, ensure that the correct date is mentioned. Now for this day book also, what do? We go, we export, and again we do the same thing. We configure the location. The location has to be the 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, we accept it and send. As soon as you send it, from 1st April 2022 to 31st March, your day book transactions, these all should be 31st March 2023. For this question, these payment was made amid payment voucher numbers. These are the debit and the credit amounts. Okay, so this is the day book. Now in the question, we also have a stock summary. So let's check how to save a stock summary. For a stock summary, what do? We press on stock summary. Okay, so in stock summary, I want it to be detailed, so I press F5. In F5, I can see the stock summary is clearly visible from 1st April to 31st March. These are the closing balances, quantity, rate, and value. Okay, I save it again. I export it. I export it. I change the location by configuring it. The same steps. If your location is correctly defined, then it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 for me, because I want all my files to be at one location. And send. Okay, this is my stock summary from 1st April to 31st March. These are the closing balances. All right, there is a last one that I need, that is ratio analysis. So the ratio analysis, again I'll go to my tally, and over here I see ratio analysis. What is the ratio analysis? Basically, I am checking what are my current asset to current liability ratio, quick ratio, debt equity ratio, net percentage, gross profit. Okay, so these are my ratios. So these are my figures and these are my ratios. I need to export this also. So for that, what do? Over here you also have option of vertical and horizontal, but we prefer horizontal views. Okay, we prefer horizontal view, and we export it. So the last item that we have to do in the question, we again export this to the desktop. In the desktop, in the folder, we have exported this, accept, send. Okay, so this is the ratio analysis. Over here are the current ratios. Okay, once we are done doing that, in that case we will finally go to the folder that we have created. We have a balance sheet, we have a day book, we have a P&L, we have a ratio, and we have a trial balance. Okay, now there is one more thing that let's open. After the question is done, please open and check your ratio analysis. You are also supposed to save the Stock summary. There is the stock summary is missing. So let's save the stock summary also. Export, current, configure. Now, please note that the stock summary name is already there. So over here, we will be renaming it. That is why it is not taking. Okay. The name, you can edit the name. You mention stock. Okay. Stock. Accept. Accept. Send. Okay. Now this is the stock summary. Let's go and check the desktop again. Now you can see finally in the folder called 123456 you have 6 item balance sheet, day book, P&L, stock sum. This is basically your ratio analysis. Okay, so you can rename it as ratio, and the next one is your stock, and the final one is your trial balance. So these 6 files have to be there as per the question requirements in the folder that is created on the desktop. And with this we complete our question.